I want to bring to your attention a new development that has just happened in Nairobi, courtesy of one young man called Joseph Okwi from Ateker, Busia County. A new development has just happened in Nairobi that now we have got an organization that is called Nilo Ateker Heritage Group that has been formally registered by the government of Kenya to organize our people in Nairobi, Kenya. And so that means the Nilo Ateker Heritage Group becomes the center of gravity for organizing the urban, poor communities of the Ateker people that are in Nairobi and their close relations from the historical perspective of the Nile Valley. You know, all the Nilotic communities belong to one big language group called the Nilo-Saharan language group. This Nilo-Saharan language group constitutes what we would call the Nilotes, what you would now call the Cushitic groups. And in the Nilotes, you have also what we would call the plain Nilotes, the river Nilotes, and all that. You have all that information in the previous discussions you've had. Now, in Nairobi, there are over 80 wards of Nairobi City, and our people constitute the very marginalized minority community that are actually what you classify as the urban poor. There is no connection between our people in Nairobi who have tried to survive and the ones who are in the countryside. Remember, in the countryside, our people are faced with one thing. They are at war with each other over livestock, especially in areas like Turkana, Baringo, Samburu, West Pokot areas, and Eastern Equatoria and Southern Omo and Kangaten. Our people are fighting. In the Sudan, the Nuba communities and the southern side, they are all fighting. So that leaves us with a challenge that in the urban settings where our people are, they occupy the peripheries of the cities. And who do you find there? Poor people. In the countryside, we are killing each other because of cows and other victims of political and tensions in the countries that we find ourselves. The Nuba community and the smaller community of the Nilo-Saharan community that are in the DRC are members of the refugee. So we constitute the bulk of the refugee situation in East Africa. So who then has a vested interest for the unity of East Africa? It is us. That is why I get surprised that it took President Museveni close to 40 years to understand the need for a united Ateker. They were all afraid of us. From the time of President Moi and others, they wouldn't allow our leaders to gather together. But I'm happy a change of decision has happened. I think it started actually with Ruto, because President Ruto started attending events in Turkana, Tobonglore event, and even branded that clearly as the origin of humanity and used it for marketing the entire Kenya. And President Museveni also removed the fear and finally started championing the discussion of integration using the Ateker as a community. President Salva Kiir and the late Dr. John Garang de Mabior understood the power of the integration through Ateker by collaborating with the former fighters of the SPLM, Governor Lobongo Jore, and our elders who participated in the struggle for the overthrow of the Arab regime in Khartoum that had extended its Arabism up to the southern part of the country. Now, with the new South Sudan established, which is literally a country now on its own, we don't have a discussion with South Sudan on the importance of integration, because South Sudanese are beneficiaries of having stayed in Ateker land. So they understand the implication, the advantages of integration. Ethiopia understands the advantage of integration because they don't ask our people for documents when you are crossing from the Elemi Triangle one side to cross the other side. As long as you are an Ateker person, you cross. The challenge we have is in Uganda and Kenya, where South Sudanese toppers travel up to the border and then they are told, oh, produce this, produce this. So with the formation of the Nilo Ateker Heritage Group in Nairobi, and therefore the formation of what we would call the Nilo Ateker Heritage Union, because Ateker means a clan grouping, extended families, we begin a journey to integrate all our communities together. That the Didinga must be together with the Samburu. The Samburu should be together with the Turkana. The Turkana should be together with the Nubi. The Nubi should be together with the Toposa. The Jie should be together with the Nyangatom. The Nyangatom should be together with the Pokot. The Pokot should be together with the Ichamus. The Ichamus should be together with the Maasai. The Maasai should be together with the Ndorobo. The Ndorobo should be together with the Tugen. The Tugen should be together with the Marakwet. The Marakwet should be together with the Kipsigis. The Kipsigis should be together with the Nandi. And the Nandi should be together with the Sabine. And the Sabine should be together with his other colleagues, the Karamojong, the Iteso, the Langi, the Kakwa. As you go to areas of Mundri, as you go to areas of Central African Republic, among the Lohango people, our people should be able to come together. By establishing such a block of one common denominator across, we can now be able to ask our governments to put the road network, the infrastructure network, to move. So you can move from the areas of, say, Kangaten pass a Elemi Triangle, go up to Capoeira, proceed up to, pass via Narus if you like Narus, proceed up Capoeira, head up to Juba, proceed from Juba up to Yambio, enter Central African Republic, come over from there, DRC, and come to Burundi, move to Tanzania, that whole network, and we are truly one country. So if you are growing maize in Kenya, and you have all this market to supply maize, how much money would you make? If you are producing milk in Ankole and you have no market in Ankole, you can move with your milk and cross over to all these areas of Burundi and all that. There would be no refugees. Why would you have refugees in Kakuma if it is one country? Why would you have refugees in Uganda, in Kasese area, in areas of Buganda, areas of the border areas? Why would you have refugees in one country? They could just be internally displaced people because maybe there's a different political difference. This is what we need. So we are appealing to the governments to support the cause of integration of East Africa using the Ateker model, using the Nilo Ateker heritage model, because we are one people. When governments drag their feet because they want to control small pools of water, President Museveni wants to be a president of only Uganda. President Ruto wants to be a president of only one village called Kenya. Another one wants to be a This is counterproductive to the struggle of African Pan-Africanism, as we say. We must move faster and have our borders dismantled and have one president and have all counties spread, federate. Let's have all this spread across. This is what will help us. A population of 400 million people. We can now negotiate with China. We can now negotiate with the European Union. We can now negotiate